Hey guys, welcome back to the movie summary. Beginning of the movie, we see the swamp. There are many people fishing in the swamp. They have nothing else to do except fishing. Diseases spread to all those who work in that swamp. One lady brings her son to work here. The boy's name is Leo. After a while a man called Ponceludon comes there. Dawn sees Leo and goes to him. Dawn asks her, why did you bring your son? She said, I need financial support. That's why I brought my son to work. But Dawn takes Leo and leaves. Because working in that swamp is causing diseases. He takes him away from there to prevent Leo from getting diseases. Dawn tells Leo that I have a solution to this swamp problem. I am going to talk to the king soon about this. Hearing this, Leo is very happy and gives the locket to Dawn. Next day morning Dawn goes to meet the king. There he first goes to Blake's house, who is his father's friend. After going to his house, Blake is found dead. Later he meets Blake's wife Madam Brown. Dawn tells her that Blake is my father's close friend. Later, while he is riding a horse, a robber hits him and robs him in the middle of the road. After that, a doctor named Bellegrade takes Dawn to his house. After Dawn regains consciousness, the doctor asks him, what is your name? Dawn tells the doctor about himself. I am an engineer. I came here to meet the king for the drainage project. Then Bellegrade says you need to rest for 2 more days. 2 days later Dawn meets a famous lawyer there. He says, I don't want to waste king's time because of your useless project. Later Dawn also meets some people there. But no one is ready to help him. Later Dawn asks the doctor to help him. Doctor says you can't meet king. So you should go to your city. In the evening Dawn goes to a restaurant. Many rich people come there. There is a doctor and About. About tries to make fun of Dawn in front of everyone. But Dawn makes fun of About. After a while, Dawn finds out that About is Queen's friend. Later the doctor comes to Dawn and says that there is a chance for you to meet the king through About. But Dawn says I cannot meet the king through him. Because I made fun of him. The doctor says that other people are very impressed with you. Then the doctor takes him and goes to influential persons. Because he cannot directly meet the king. A few days later the Dawn is working in the doctor's garden. Just then a beautiful girl comes there. Dawn sees her. The girl is the doctor's daughter. Her name is Mathild. She does science experiments. Her experiments require a lot of money. So she is going to marry a rich old man. Dawn helps Mathild with a science experiment. Then he asks, why are you marrying that old man? Mathild says, I want to do science experiments. A lot of money is needed for that. I have no money. That's why I am marrying that old man. Mathild and Dawn are now good friends. A few days later Dawn goes to a lawyer again. Then the lawyer tells Dawn that if you want to meet the king, you must have a title related to the royal family. To that Dawn says, I already have the royal family title. Then the lawyer said you need your last 4 generations of DMC as well. Next day Dawn gets very attracted to Mathild. He starts touching her. Then Mathild leaves from there. In the evening About cheats in the game at the restaurant. Then the Dawn makes fun of him again in front of everyone. Seeing all this Madam Brown leaves. Later Madam will continue the Dawn's case in court. Knowing this, the Dawn comes to thank her. Now Madam closes him and starts kissing him. At night, About says, Madam, that Dawn is not behaving properly with me. Then Madam says, don't worry, I have an idea. Madam invites everyone to a dinner party. Dawn also comes to the party. There the Madam makes fun of the Dawn in front of everyone. The next day is Mathild's marriage. But Dawn wants to go to his village. Because he thinks the people here are not good. Mathild tries hard to stop him. But he leaves without listening to her. Later on marriage Mathild says she doesn't want marriage. Hence her marriage is stopped. On the other hand the Dawn reached his village. Leo's health was not good there. Because he had been working in the swamp for the past few days. A few days later Leo dies. On the other hand About pretends to be good in front of the king. But king realizes that About is acting in front of him and leaves from there. Madam also realizes her mistake. She invites Dawn to her house. She also apologizes to him. Later they both make private time together. Next day they meet at a place. Dawn sees the doctor and Mathild there. Madam tells Dawn that Mathild didn't marry that old man. Mathild also sees Dawn. She is angry with him. Because he is dating Madam. Later the Madam makes the Dawn meet the king. Then he tells king about the project he has. Then king also hears his project and gets impressed. Then Dawn goes to meet Mathild. He tells her that I am not cheating you. I am doing all this for the people who work in the swamp. Many are dying there due to diseases. Leo also died recently. Mathild gets emotional hearing this. She forgives him and hugs him. Later, Dawn helps Mathild with a science project. She says people here are not good. Let us go to your village. Then he tells we are close to our goals. We have to achieve them. Also tells her that we have been invited to the royal dancing party tomorrow. Next day they go to that party. Their madam is dancing with Dawn. Just then a man bound to the about knocks the Dawn down. Everyone makes fun of him. Then Dawn angrily said, I can't live like this. I don't need the king's help. I will protect my people, and takes Mathild and leaves. This is how this movie ends. 99% people watch my videos without subscribing. I am working hard to make these videos. My humble request to subscribe my channel to grow.